Rush to Reason, KLZ 560. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Hour number 2 is upon us. Our next guest, who's been with us before, he's back. It's Dynar. Make sure I say that correctly. Have I got your name right, Adi?
Yes, John. Hi.
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. You are with New Civil Liberties Alliance, and we interviewed you before, and I want to have you back because this is for me, it's a very, how do I want to say, as a business owner, this is one of those topics where I just read these things and the cases that you guys are defending, and it just hits close to home because, frankly, any one of us as citizens, but especially business owners, this could be me.
Yes, thanks, John, for having me. The problem in this case is that the IRS is claiming unbridled authority to demand and seize Americans' private financial information from third parties without any judicial process whatsoever, and in defiance of the Fourth and Fifth Amendments. So that's worrisome on multiple levels.
Yeah, and as I said a moment ago, that's where folks like myself or anybody really listening to me right now could find themselves in the same situation. You're defending all sorts of different cases. One of them, though, James Harper, who filed a lawsuit, or you guys, I think, on his behalf, where they basically came against him because of a Bitcoin wallet. And there's a lot of folks out there that probably, some have heard of Bitcoin but may not know exactly what it is, but it's cryptocurrency. And the reality is there's nothing wrong, there's nothing illegal about holding cryptocurrency, is there?
Absolutely not. And that's the central issue in the case that we're litigating on behalf of Mr. James Harper. So he purchased Bitcoin for the first time in 2013, and since then he has been diligently paying all applicable taxes, and he will continue to do so. The problem is that in August of 2019, IRS sent him a letter essentially branding him a criminal and stating that they had obtained some financial records related to his ownership of Bitcoin from who knows where. And that's what this lawsuit is
and
about.
That's where, and if I'm not mistaken, Adi, that's where the problem lies, is they obtained information illegally, I guess I should say. They didn't have the authorization to obtain the information on this they have on him in the first place, correct?
Correct. And, we have specific standards that they have to apply. I mean, there is no such thing as an IRS exception to the U.S. Constitution.
Right.
I mean, they need to either obtain a subpoena, they have to obtain a court order, or they have to obtain a judicial warrant based on probable cause. And they did none of that. And they did not give Mr. Harper the opportunity, even notice that, they are trying to obtain this information, and they did not give him a chance to object or contest their obtaining of this information.
And by the way, folks, just as a side note, I look at the case studies, or the case summaries, I should say, that you guys have on the website, which, by the way, it's NCLAlegal.org. But you've got a case going on right here in Colorado, up in Laramie County. You've actually got a situation going on right here in our own backyard. That's inside of our listening audience. And again, these are cases that run all across the country for various reasons, and that's what you guys are doing on a daily basis, defending these unjust cases, right?
Yes, John, thank you, because, these cases can happen anywhere. I mean, the reach of the federal government is all across the country. I mean, we are seeing Bitcoin, transactions and customers spread, obviously, throughout the United States and throughout the world. So this problem is not specific to any region. This could happen to anyone.
Yeah, in this particular case I just got done mentioning, by the way, folks, is a situation up in Cheyenne, which is our signal goes up there, Audi, even though that's Wyoming and we're in Colorado, it's just a little bit north of Denver. Cheyenne's not that far away. Our signal goes all the way up there. And basically the situation up there is Laramie County Planning Commission treated a vision document like it was a final planning document, thereby running everything, zoning-wise off of this quote-unquote vision document. But it's not even a final document. So they're basically running the town or running that particular situation off of a document that's not even finalized yet.
Yes, and the issue there would be that they need to go through the proper legislative channel. So if it's a local government action, the local legislative body should be going through their proper channels and not just, springing this guidance document on people. And we at the New Civil Liberties Alliance have have consistently challenged these kinds of guidance documents that have been issued at multiple levels, at federal, state, and local levels.
Because if I'm not mistaken, what happens here, Audie, is a particular, in this case, the Laramie County gets a vision document set forth, and to your point, it doesn't go through all the proper channels, and in some cases even needs to have some votes by either the commissions themselves or in some case citizenry, depending upon what they're trying to do, needs to vote on that particular situation. And if they don't, and they just start running things willy-nilly, well, pretty soon we've got counties and cities doing pretty much whatever they want to, and the rule of law goes out the window.
Exactly, and that's the basic due process that is owed to all Americans. I mean, the basic due process guarantee is that people should have notice of any prospective government action, and they should have the opportunity to state their views or to contest or object or even support some of these measures. And if that notice and opportunity is absent in a process, then that process violates the due process guarantee.
Yeah, and in the case that I just got done talking about, Audie, basically what's happening here, and I don't know, I haven't read everything verbatim, but I'm gathering from what I'm reading quickly that essentially this business won't have its due process, which therein lies the problem, because it changes the value even of the land that they're trying to develop and use for their business, because the city or the county in this case comes along and says, whoa, wait a minute, you can't do that. So now they just change the designation of somebody's land that they own, thereby in a lot of ways, Audie, changing its value arbitrarily.
Yes, and that's the sad truth of all of these government actions.
Yeah, and again, folks, what we're talking about here is government doing things beyond what their authority is allowed to do, and that's where NCLA legal actually comes in, and you guys defend those particular cases. And walk us through that. How does that work? So, Audie, if there's somebody out there listening that feels like something's happened to them and they don't have due process, going on, how do they contact you and reach out? How does that part work?
Thank you, John. So if people think their rights are violated, they can reach us at nclalegal.org, and you should be able to find contact information, phone numbers, and email addresses, and you can contact us that way.
Is there because I know there's a donate now on that particular page. Do you charge these clients, or how does that part work, or do you just pro bono defend them based upon donations coming in?
No, sir. Yes, we are a pro bono organization. We're a nonpartisan, nonprofit civil rights organization, and our legal representation is at no cost to the clients.
Perfect. That's great. And I wanted to make sure we got that out. Audie, I appreciate you joining us. If any new cases come up, especially things like this where it's in our own backyard and you want to bring it to our attention, please let us know. We can get some donations in that way and help some of these folks out that desperately need it, because without you, they don't have a leg to stand on.
Thank you so much, John.
I appreciate it very much. Audie Dynar, again, appreciate you joining us very much. And it's New Civil Liberties Alliance.